What do you mean this is a game?
You're
I
the
work
one that
full
said
time.
it's a game, but
I,
I'm looking at
I
it going, neither one of
fine.
you are compliant.
Y'all want me to share 50-50 custody with a person that is not exercising their 50-50 custody. It
Your
just does
motion,
not make
you,
sense to me. Ask
you.
him what did he do for the child's birthday, because I know that I threw the
All
child
right.
a party as I do every single year while he buys a toy and calls it.
In the evidence that I brought
Well,
he doesn't come home smelling like cigarettes and weed. He doesn't like
Miss Pello.
That's
Both of
our
you,
mailing address that we
both of
supposed
you,
to meet at.
shut up, both of you. Good morning. Can you identify yourself, please?
Bianca Lee.
Miss Lee, welcome. All right, we lost you for a second. We thought you might just be coming straight back. All right, let's see if we can get Mr. Wesson in here. Mr. Wesson, did you connect?
Yes.
Ma'am, I've read your motion. It appears that you believe that his mother is exercising a majority of the parenting time. What's going on? How much time do you think? Because you don't seem to have, you're making really blank statements about what you believe. So what's going on?
It's not a what I believe. It's a what I know. This is an everyday thing. This has always been his mother exercising the rights. This has been the child just turned 7. It's always been me and the mother. Doctor's appointments, conferences,
Well,
anything.
What is your work schedule?
Right now, I'm not working.
Okay, Mr. Wesson, what's your work schedule?
I work Monday through Friday. I work starting at 5 a.m. to like 1 o'clock.
Okay, so are you available for doctor's appointments?
Sometimes I'm not. Just depends. I'm not available for all doctor's appointments. No,
Okay.
I don't take him to school. I pick him up from school during my week.
You pick him up from school during your week?
I pick him up from school every day during my week, and I attend.
Miss Lee, what's your understanding of that?
My understanding of that is that I have another child that goes to the same school as the child that me and Dominic shares, and I'm at the school every day picking up my child, my daughter, and the grandparents are picking up our son. Now, for the first time in a very, very, very long time, I seen him yesterday picking up our son, and I was pretty shocked. But like I said, that was the first time in a very, very long time.
I guess my questions become this. You had a hearing with the judge in 2023 over this similar issue that you wanted to disallow the grandparents from watching the child during daycare, and then you couldn't find daycare. You lost your job because the grandparent wasn't watching it, because the grandparent was also watching the child during your time, correct? Is that still happening?
No.
Who's watching the child when you have the child?
When I have the child is at school or at the Boys and Girls Club.
Okay, because you're not working right now. How long have you not been working?
I just stopped working. It's just been a week.
Okay, so you're going to be going back to work. What is your normal work schedule?
My normal work schedule is from 12 to 8:30, 12 p.m. to 8:30 at night.
Okay, and who watches the child when you're at work?
So usually I'll get off. I'm work for Urban League. I'm a cure violence interrupter.
Okay,
and
that wasn't the question. Who watches the child when you're at work?
He's at school and then the Boys and Girls Club until 7 p.m. and then I'm done.
Okay, so you have the Boys and Girls Club watching the child.
Yep, from 3 to 7. 3:30 to 7.
And he has his parents watching the child when it's necessary during his time. And it's my understanding that he lives with his parents, correct?
I'm not sure.
That's correct.
Okay, I was going to say that's what the file says. You know, at this point in time, ma'am, you had a hearing in 2023 with the judge that granted the same relief. The front of the court issued a recommendation in March of this year doing the same thing, all involving the grandparents and who's watching the kid. You both have the kid being watched by third parties upon occasion. And he's living there, so he's got to be with the kid. I'm afraid your motion's denied at this time. This has been reviewed. This has been reviewed twice in the past year and a half.
And I'm going to keep filing motions until y'all do something about it. Y'all want me to share 50-50 custody. Y'all want me to share 50-50 custody with a person that is not exercising their 50-50 custody. Y'all want me to share 50-50 custody with a person that is not exercising their 50-50 custody. It just does not make sense to me. Ask him, what did he do for the child's birthday? Because I know that I threw the child a party, as I do every single year, while he buys a toy and calls it a day.
You've had this reviewed by the court twice.
Yeah, and I'm going to keep on coming back to court, or I'm going to give my rights up, or I'm going to ask for lesser time.
And that's kind of the argument you gave during the trial with the judge, is that you were just about to give up your child.
Keep dealing with it. I'm not going to keep dealing with it.
If y'all are not denied at this point, you may object. Your motion is denied at this point. You may object to my ruling. This is a recommendation.
If you're not going to make him exercise his rights, why do he have them? That doesn't make sense to me.
According to the file, he is exercising them.
No, his mother is exercising his rights.
You both are using third parties for daycare and other choices.
Work hours.
All right. Have a good morning. Good luck.
You haven't asked during nothing outside of work hours.
Your Honor.
You haven't asked about nothing outside of work hours.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I figured you'd get that
quick
enough, because I'm sorry, but you've had this reviewed. You went through a trial with the judge, and I mean, it was barely a year ago. And then the front of the court made a similar recommendation a few months ago, and she was arguing that she was going to give the child up at one point because she couldn't find daycare because she needed his parents to watch. Good morning. We are here in the matter of Swain versus Sandifer, case number 17-09984DS. We are here. This is your motion, Mr. Sandifer. What do you have to add to it?
I don't have anything to add to it.
All right, Ms. Swain, we didn't receive a response from you. What's going on? I mean, we've got a court order for parenting time. It should be complied with, ma'am.
Sir, he has not tried to get him at all. Every time I call, his phone is met with a generic voicemail like it's off. His mom has been trying to contact him for about 2 months because I've been reaching out to her to ask, have she heard from him? The first time I'm ever hearing that we're supposed to be meeting at a Citgo gas station was when I got this letter. And if that's
the exchange location is in the order dated March 8th, 2021. The exchange location under number 6 on page 4, unless otherwise agreed in advance, the location of exchange shall be a Citgo gas station located. So that's in the court order itself.
Yes.
And that's where you meet.
When he went to court, I didn't go to that court meeting. Well, it was like an argument or whatever, and the man had kicked me out of the court when it was the original court agreement.
Okay.
So the first time that I'm hearing or have knowledge
no,
that
it's not the first time. You got copies of the court order, correct?
I don't. The first time I'm reading is when I just got this paper. But irregardless, sir,
yeah.
If he's meeting does he have any text messages of him asking me where I'm at?
I don't know.
On my way? Have I not been there?
That's not my question. My question is, I need the court order complied with.
And I'm telling you, sir, he does not try to get him at all.
All right. Well, then show up at the Citgo station and take a picture of the time and show that he's not there.
And I will moving forward because now I have knowledge that we're supposed to be.
Now, do you have a copy of this order?
Now I do. It came in the mail with this court date.
Because the court sent it to you when it was issued. So I'm not.
Okay, I don't have it.
Okay, well now now you said you have it. So let's comply with it, please. All right.
Yes, I will. So what do I do when he's not complying with it? Because
well, that's when you that's when you can file to hold him in contempt for not showing up. And if he doesn't show up 3 or 4 times, I may start deleting the parenting time that he has.
I beg him to get him. I want him to get him. So
and then show up to get him.
Today is the weekend. Is he going to get him today?
Well, it says that it's on Saturdays, I believe, correct?
I thought it was every other weekend. Rotating.
Yeah, every other weekend. And hold on, I had the order and then I lost the order. Forgive me. It's buried in the file. So I had my finger on it and I moved my finger. And let me see. The order says that it would
And
be weekends, every other weekend, beginning Saturday at noon until Sunday at 5. And then it goes on to
Yes,
label holidays and stuff. So yeah, if you want, start tomorrow. Both of you show up at the
that's
Citgo
fine.
station both of you show up at the Citgo station at noon on Saturday. All right.
Okay, and then what do I do
That's
when
not,
he does not
no,
want
oh
to
my
release?
goodness.
Sorry, can I talk? What do I do
Yeah.
when he does not want to give him back to me at 5 because
The
it has
court
been
order
time?
says that the court order says that he must give that child back to you at 5.
And
And if
if
he
he
doesn't
does
comply
not,
with
then
it,
what do I do?
May I speak, please? Because
hold
she's
on. I'll
not
give
telling the
you.
truth at all.
Well, hold on, sir. I asked her because I didn't get a response. You already said you didn't have anything to add. I will let you respond, but let me hear what she has to say first. Okay. The court order is very clear. It's Saturday at noon to Sunday at 5. He's got to comply with the court order just as much as you do. When I issue an order saying that the court order of this date will be complied with, it means both of you comply. And if one of you is
Okay.
not complying, you file the appropriate paperwork with the court, and the court will deal with the non-compliance.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that works out great for me
Okay.
because
All
I
right,
would
good.
love for
Well,
him to get him because my son wants
show
to
up
go.
tomorrow at Saturday. Mr. Sandifer, what did you want to add?
He's not telling the truth.
Okay.
I haven't seen my son since July 24th. That's
Understood.
already in the motion. I try to get him.
No, we have a motion to show cause on February 12th.
Yes,
That's
and
what
I've
that's going to
actually
deal with.
filed multiple other motions
Right.
regarding this case. I would like to get him for 209 days because she's never dropping them off.
We're
when
we're not here on makeup time. We are here on enforcing this order, and I'm going to enforce the order.
Yes, but I would like
Get
more
it done.
days with my child. The court order is here, and it's only saying that I get 65 days out of the year, and me and her agreed that I get them
did not
for
agree
school
with
break.
him.
You're lying.
Right now, we are here with a court order to enforce a court order. Let's get the order enforced and then see how that goes. And maybe in 3 or 4 months, you apply to
So
increase
I
it.
have to keep waiting.
I'm telling you to show up tomorrow at noon.
I do show up. That's what I'm trying
Well,
to
then
tell
show
you.
up, and
She's
ma'am,
not telling the
I'm
truth.
ordering you to show up, and that's what we're going to deal with at the show cause hearing. If she's not complying with the court order,
I have
there
more
are consequences for that.
I have more court dates coming up soon regarding this case, as far as support and with parenting time. Me and her both agreed in the summer that I get him for school breaks, holidays. She has not been compliant at all.
Well,
I shouldn't have to keep filing motions if she's not listening.
Right now, the court order is what it is. You
So
follow
how do
the
I
court
change
order.
the court order?
You have to have a change. You have to have a change of circumstance. Right now, we're here to enforce it because it hasn't been enforced. So I'm enforcing what the court order is.
So
to
is
change
this
it
the
takes
parenting time form that I signed at
the motion
FOC?
motion before the court is, as you stated, you're not seeing the child and you want to see the child. You want the order enforced.
Yes, and I have a parenting complaint form.
Yes, that is set for March. That is set for February 12th.
So is that the date that we can change the court order? Like how do I change the court order?
Let's see if we can get
for 4 years.
Let's see if we can get the order complied with first.
It haven't been for 4 years, sir. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
And what I'm trying to tell you is we got
not seeing my son because we have to keep waiting. And she's
Did I just say that I'm enforcing the court order? Show up at noon tomorrow, both of you.
I will be there
your son.
to drop him off. I have a question. I have a couple questions, sir.
Aisha, you keep lying to these people. You have not gave me my son. I have not seen him since July 24th.
You can have him. I beg you to get him. You can get him.
How are you begging?
I will be there tomorrow at 12 o'clock.
Me. I do not like talking.
All right, enough.
My son is 9 years old.
Enough.
He can explain.
This is not a discussion between two of you. You talk to me.
I have a question.
Y'all not helping. Y'all not helping at all. I've been dealing with this for years and nobody's helping. Nobody's helping. Nobody's helping. And you are lying.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes.
Okay, his address is supposed to be.
That's the mailing address that we're supposed to meet at.
Shut up! Both of you. Your addresses on the damn file are confidential. I have no freaking clue where everything's going.
Okay, I'm asking for a reason, sir.
He can have a mailing address. He does not have to give you the address.
No, I understand that. No, I don't want his address, sir. What I'm trying to tell you is that the place where he is staying and this is the issue. I want to know, what do I have to do in this situation? He lives with a girl, and they have a lot of domestic violence disputes. And
You
when
are
he's
in.
over
You have
there,
an investigation for fraud right now.
All right,
I'm
I'm done.
talking.
What are you talking about?
I've dealt with the motion that is before the court. We're enforcing the parenting time. Follow through with it. We will talk at a later time about increasing it, sir. Let's get it started.
Thank you. I will be there.
Right now, all I want to do is get it started.
Okay.
Be there tomorrow and comply with the order every other week. And whatever else is in that order. All right.
Thank you.
Have a good morning. Take care of yourselves.
That would.
So
all right, Mr. Ward, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, Ms. Holloman, can you hear me?
Telling her to connect to audio.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. I figured you were.
Yeah.
Do you know if she got your chats?
Yeah, she did.
Okay, good. Any luck, Lindsay?
Is she here at least?
Yeah, she's here.
All right.
She just has not connected to audio. There, she looks like she's connected now. Ma'am, if you could unmute. How about now? It looked like you connected to audio.
Does she have like headphones that she's accidentally?
I can't. She's in a dark area. Okay, yeah, she's putting something in her ear. Now let's see if she can hear me and if she's got some kind of a microphone. Lindsay, how about now? Come on, Miss Holloman.
Oh, she said she can hear us.
Right, she should be able to hear us.
Yeah.
I wonder if she has a microphone. Miss Holloman, can you hear me? All right, hold on. I'm switching speak.
All right. Can you say something to make sure that my clerk can hear you?
Hello?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Yes, I can hear her.
All righty. So I'm just using my phone and my speakerphone, and I've switched speakers on my computer so that she can hear us. So we are here in the matter of Holloman versus Ward, case number 20-008992DS. Sir, this is your motion. What do you care to add to it?
Good morning, Your Honor. I just came here today. I would like to get visitation of my daughter, Hannah Ward. I was seeing her up until September 8th and 9th of 2023. On those days, I was invited to Lindsay's place. At the time, she had an apartment. I stayed there 2 days with her. Prior to that, she was asking me to help her out with rent so she didn't lose her apartment. After I said no, she took my days away with Hannah.
Your motion says that you wanted to enforce the pickup and drop off thing. None of this is in your motion. It's been a year since you've seen the child?
On and off, I've been seeing her. I have a whole thing wrote out. I've been seeing her.
Well, you didn't send her to the court. All you said in your motion was that you wanted to enforce the pickup and drop off. And it doesn't even sound like you guys are using that. It sounds like you're using the houses.
No, like there's 2 times we met up at the police station. And then after that, we weren't even going by the court order because she was letting Hannah stay the nights with me and everything. Like, she took away my visitations. I'm just trying to get my visitations back.
When was the last time you saw the child?
Huh?
When was the last time you saw the child?
I seen Hannah a few weeks ago, but that was because she was at my mom's without Lindsay knowing. But we shouldn't have to go behind Lindsay's back, for me to see my daughter.
All right, Miss Holloman, what's going on?
So we went to court on June 22nd of 2022.
Yeah.
And he was supposed to do monthly therapy and go to the YWCA called Men Choosing Alternatives to Violence.
Right.
But he never completed those classes. So that's why I stopped meeting at the pickup spot.
Okay. Mr. Ward, what happened? Why didn't you comply with the requirements of the order?
I did the YWCA thing. I completed all that. She knows that. And I started my class.
It doesn't sound like she knows that. Do you have the certificate of completion?
Through the YWCA?
Yeah.
The class with where somebody was there with me visiting my daughter?
No, not that.
You were supposed to enroll and put on a waiting list if the class is full with the YWCA called Men Choosing Alternatives to Violence by July 15th of 2022, and you were supposed to complete the class by December 31st of 2022.
You know why I didn't do all that is because she didn't even go by any of the court order. She wasn't
Well,
even.
if you're not going by the court order, what am I going to do with either one of you?
I work full time. I work 7 days a week.
This was a prerequisite.
Do anything.
You had to get this done before your parenting time would increase.
But we weren't even going by the court order. So she was letting me see my daughter and get my daughter. Like, this is all a game to her. This is all a game.
Sounds like it's a game to both of you.
It's not a game. I've been fighting to try to get my daughter for almost 4 years. What do you mean this is a game?
You're the one that said it's a game, but I'm looking at it going, neither one of you are compliant.
I don't have time for all this. Like, I have to take off days just to do this. I have to take off days to go see my daughter behind her mother's back. Like, I have to do all this stuff to take off work. Like, I work 6 to 7 days a week. It's a game to her. She wants me to do all this stuff when she knows I don't need it.
All right.
Like, what about her? She's letting my daughter's teeth rot out of her head. My daughter has 4 silver caps in her mouth right now because her mother.
She went to the dentist and had those put in so that her
13 days of school. Explain my daughter missing 13 days of school already.
You know,
all right, ladies and gentlemen, let me be blunt. None of this is in your motion, and all of a sudden you guys want to throw a kitchen sink at me. All right? That's not the way this works.
My motion was to get visitations of my daughter. That's what I put on there.
Okay, in that case, my order is going to be to comport with the order that was previously entered, which means you have to comply with that order as written. So I'm going to restart that order. Let me see how I'm going to restart the order and I'm going to change the dates to current dates.
Well, I live 3 hours away, so I don't know how I'm going to do all that.
Really?
Yeah, I work somewhere else for the summer.
Okay, what about the winter?
The winter, I'm going to try to move back down to Grand Rapids, yes.
Okay, so you'll be down here.
I'm going to try to, yes.
When does that start?
My job ends October 31st, and then there's like a week of cleaning.
All righty. Well, I'll adjust the dates appropriately, but I'll follow the previous court order and have you reset that and get it going. Okay? That way you can have your parenting time appropriately. This time, both of you are going to comply with the order. Okay?
I feel like she needs to do something too because she's not a fit parent. She needs to take some sort of classes too because this is unfair. She's neglecting my child. My child doesn't even want to live with her. She wants to live with grandma and dad, and she tells me that. I wish I could have my daughter here to tell you.
All righty. I'm going to reset the order from June 22nd, 2022, and I'll update it with current dates. And then comply with it. And that's what your order was to comply with the previous order, which is what I'm going to do.
Okay, well, it was the whole order. I feel like she needs some sort of classes too, Your Honor.
That's not part of the order. And it's not part of your request. Your request was to enforce the order of meeting point. So I'm going to enforce that in compliance with that court order. Read the whole order so that you comply completely. Okay? Good luck, everybody. I'm granting you what you've asked for.
Can you email me the order?
Yeah, I'm going to because I'm going to have to retype it to put in new current dates.
So up until then, like, I still had visitation with my daughter. So.
Well, it sounds like you guys have not been following the court order up to now. So if she's willing to give you some visitation, she's more than welcome to.
But that was court ordered. I had visitation.
And I'm court ordering the visitation to be reinstated. Read the court order in its entirety. Because part of it is you have to comply with that YWCA. Okay? Good luck.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good luck.
That'll be detailed.
That's why I'm reinstating it. Of course, that was also his request. So.
Go out of town on her spring break and tried to cover his tracks by sending text messages requesting other dates, which the court order does not give him permission to do.
Yeah, he only gets
Mr. Moore,
what
Yes,
happened? You get her spring break.
Yes,
Did
I
you,
get
did
her.
you go
April
out, did you,
1st.
did you get out of town? Did you go out of town on April 1st?
So what happened, Your Honor, if I can explain.
Yeah,
So
I'm going to need an explanation.
in our last hearing,
Right.
when we asked her mother when her spring break was, she didn't say she didn't know when the spring break was. So
Okay.
on March 20th, I text my daughter, said,
Right.
hey, trying to get an idea about when your spring break is.
Right.
Since you're being homeschooled and you're not being held to any particular calendar, here are a couple of
Yeah,
days.
she is held to a she's held to the calendar of the school system in which she has to report to.
But she's
DeKalb County.
homeschooled.
Yeah, I understand that.
But she didn't.
There is
And
a
I said
specific.
I apologize. I'll wait.
Yeah,
Your
there is. That's what she's held to, is the spring break of her school district.
She didn't indicate which school district that she was actually being a part of.
I gave the date for spring break. Your Honor, you were here. He was here.
Yeah,
I
you
said
get
April
you
1st.
you were given the date. Did you go out of town on that date, sir?
Your Honor.
Yeah, it's a simple question. Yes or no?
I was out of town.
Okay, so you went out of town on the days that you could have
Your
had.
Honor. On a cruise.
Okay.
Can I finish, Your Honor? If okay.
Yeah.
She said she think it was April 1st. I sent a text message on March 20th, Your Honor, asking to confirm. I didn't hear back from my daughter until 2 weeks later.
Why would you hear back from your daughter? You needed to hear back from Miss Sadiq.
Remember, Your Honor, Miss Sadiq said she's not.
There's a history of abuse in this relationship.
Hey guys,
that's not
Miss
relevant.
Miss Sadiq, it's not relevant because you signed an order that you agreed to follow.
Correct. He was supposed to send a text to his daughter to confirm that he was ready for the 1st. Instead, he sent a text indicating that he wanted to negotiate other times. And the order, it does not give him permission to do that.
There is no negotiation of other times. You get the spring break that's involved, and you're telling me you were gone during her spring break. What I was going to inform you, Mr. Moore, was that you have the right to file for what is known as a show cause on whether the party that's non-compliant with the order should be held in contempt of court.
Okay.
But what you're telling me is there's no way to hold her in contempt because you weren't available to do it, or you could have and didn't take your daughter on the cruise with you.
But Your Honor, if I can speak, I didn't know when the spring break was. She did
yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. That was confirmed at the last hearing.
It was not, Your Honor.
Your motion at this point in time, Mr. Moore, your motion is denied. I'm sorry. Under those facts, I was going to inform you to file that show cause. You have the right to file that show cause, but it probably would blow up in your face. So be very careful, because that'll be in front of the judge. No, You had the spring break. You knew the time. You chose to do something other. The rest of the order does need to be complied with, Ms. Sadiq. Make sure that the summer times are complied with.
She's prepared for that, and I've cleared my schedule for that.
Your Honor.
All right. Have a good morning. No, we're done. Have a good morning.
Thank you.
I'm not going to play around with that. He was informed last time exactly when that spring break was. Don't come in and try and hold somebody else accountable for your decisions. Anyway, next. I have before me a motion for parenting time. As this matter was brought to the court by the prosecutor's office, not by either party, the prosecutor is only here on behalf of the state of Michigan to deal with child support. So in other words, if state aid is involved, the state gets involved to motion the court to have somebody pay child support because they confiscate part of the child support to reimburse the state. Neither one of you asked for this case. They have no authority to deal with parenting time.
Yep.
The law is very clear that either party may ask for a specific parenting time set up at any time if there is none. So bottom line, I don't have a choice but to send this to the front of the court for a parenting time review.
Right.
Where they're going to sit down with both of you. They're going to discuss the age of the child, they'll need your work schedules because they need to know when you are available, and they need to know when the child's available. You know, pretty much standard parenting time is every other weekend. 3 to 4 weeks in the summer. In other words, a week a month or half the summer, one of the two. Anymore with kids schooling, who knows how many weeks you get, and every other holiday, because holidays are not just for the parents, it's for the cousins, the grandparents, all the relatives. That's when everybody gets to meet the kid, and the kid gets to meet their cohorts in crime later on in their future, their cousins. Okay. So that's where you get, but eventually that's where it's going to be as long as it can be done safely. Okay. But the two of you need to discuss that and sit down with the front of the court. So Mr. Jarnigan, I know you're kind of got the phone sitting there, but I'm granting your motion. I'm sending this to the front of the court for a parenting time review. That way, everything is set up. Everybody knows what times that'll be available. Like I said, for the most part, the only times we get to work with are weekends and evenings.
Right.
So, you're going to get an evening or two a week, sir, and every other weekend eventually. I don't know where the child's at, how the relationship has been, but that's where it's going to get to, and it should get to it within the next few months. But I don't know. For all I know, you work weekends. That's why it's hard to make a decision on a Friday morning, or you work midnights, or she works evenings. Who knows who's available? I tried to get somebody parenting time one time, and every time I turned around to give them parenting time, they were either working or coaching. I'm like, so when are you available to see your kid?
Yeah.
I'm not, no offense, but I'm not going to have them sitting for 2 hours on the poolside while you coach swimming. And then they come home smelling like chlorine, which probably is better than smelling like smoke, but
Yep.
All righty. But the two of you will sit down with the front of the court. The more the two of you agree, again, this is your child. You know your times and child better than I do, but parenting time will be granted specifically. Okay.
But
Tyrell can go.
Yeah.
No, I'll
Tyrell, what's up?
She was talking first.
Okay, go ahead.
When are we? So as far as I know, it's gonna go from here. We're gonna see a judge and agree.
No, you're gonna meet with the front of the court parenting time person who can sit down with you and go over this a lot more in depth and spend a couple of hours with you, not 5 minutes on a Friday morning.
As of right now, I don't agree with him getting any type of parenting time unless he gets a parenting class. He's not a fit father. He hasn't seen her in over 2 months.
Those are the facts that I don't know. That's why I said
That's
why eventually I said it.
I don't agree with any of the parenting time. That's so if we meet with this person, I'm gonna say I don't agree with anything until Tyrell Jernigan goes to some type of parenting class.
Miss Pello, did you go through parenting? Hold on, Miss Pello. Wait a minute, Miss Pello, did you go through parenting time classes?
No, but I don't I have the whole list right here in the evidence that I brought.
Well,
he doesn't come home smelling like cigarettes and weed.
Miss Pello. That's
I'm
why I'm sending it to the front of the court so you may discuss this stuff. He's going to eventually get parenting time. You're not going to be able to stop it.
I'm not going to agree to any parenting time unless there's a class for him to show Tyrell how to be a parent.
That's something you can ask the front of the court.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
To order.
Once we go, I'm immediately
Once you go, you have the right to. Once you go, you have the right to. I'm going to give you a chance. Can I finish explaining to her?
Yes.
Let me give each of you the. I didn't pick the parents. You guys did. You're stuck with each other.
Yeah.
Well, sadly or not sadly, you have a child out of this, and the child is both of yours.
Yeah.
Okay,
So both of you will be spending time with this child eventually.
I have 24/7 with her. I know.
I understand.
It's just my thing. It's just
I
my
understand,
thing.
but I will be sending this to the front of the court for parenting time. Fees are waived in this case because of your incomes and state aid involvement. Mr. Jarnigan, what was your input?
My input is this. Yes, I haven't seen my child. I'm not going to talk too much. I'm gonna just
I was going to say let's not do any mudslinging. Both of you are going to be presumed to be fit.
Right, but I'm just saying,
you're going to have to show that he's not, ma'am.
Right,
yeah,
but it's going to happen.
But can I?
And sir, yes.
I'm just saying though, she's saying I'm an unfit father, but that's not true. I feel
that's why I'm sending this.
That's why I have
that's not a fact.
Look, folks, all I try to do on this morning is
at the end of the day,
what
man,
is this right here?
At the end of the day, I'm trying to keep the two of you from mudslinging. That's going to be worthless.
What is this right here, Tyrell?
Ma'am, you chose him as the father. Don't even go there.
But
I'm just saying, sadly.
At the end of the day,
sadly or not, you made the choice.
At the end of the day,
you're stuck with it. At the end of the day, parenting time is going to happen.
Just because
We're
the dad
done.
is in the life or
Good
a deadbeat,
night.
I'm gonna keep my kid.